Good morning, class 12 students. So this is your subject physics, chapter number 14, that is electronic devices, and this is lecture number 5 of chapter number 14. So till now you have studied about PN junction, and in last class I told you that we have two biasing or two types of biasing of PN junction called forward biasing and reverse biasing. So today we will be discussing both of them. So first of all, we'll be discussing forward biasing. Okay, so what do you mean by forward biasing? As I told you earlier, by biasing you means that you connect an external DC voltage to the PN junction. Now by forward biasing you means that the positive electrode of the DC battery is connected to P type and negative electrode is connected to N type. Okay, so this is the meaning of forward biasing. For example, here this is your PN junction and I have connected a positive terminal to P type and negative terminal to N type of external battery, which makes it the forward biasing, right? Now if you see what will happen, see here it is positive terminal and here it is negative terminal, right? Now as you know, holes are in majority in P type and holes are positive and this is also positive, so there will be repulsion between them. So due to this positive terminal, what will happen, holes will start moving in this direction, right? Similarly, due to this negative electrode, there will be repulsion between the majority charge carriers electrons in N type and this negative terminal, due to which these electrons will start moving in opposite direction like this side, right? So now as you can clearly see what is happening, these electrons and holes, as they are moving in opposite directions, they will push this depletion region. So the width of depletion region will decrease in forward biasing, because obviously you can see electrons are pushing it from here and holes are pushing it from here. So width of this depletion layer will decrease. So you can say width of depletion layer decreases in forward biasing. Okay. Now due to these majority charge carriers, a current will flow in the circuit which is called forward current. Okay, so you can say an electric current flows due to the migration of majority charge carriers, which is called forward current, and it is its unit is generally in milliamperes. Okay, now see what happens if I suppose I slightly increase this forward voltage. Okay, so this voltage here is called forward voltage. Now, if I just increase it lightly, more electrons and holes will flow. That means a small increase in voltage will result in a large increase in forward current in this forward biased PN junction. So, you can say small increase in forward voltage will result in a large increase in forward current. And by Ohm's law, you know R is equals to V by I. By small increase in V, there is a very large increase in I. So that means resistance of PN junction is low when it is forward biased. So these are the main 3 points in forward biasing, that your width of depletion layer will decrease, a forward current will flow due to majority charge carriers, and the resistance of PN junction is low when it is forward biased. Okay, so here as you can see I have written a term VB minus V. What do we mean by this is, as you can see clearly here, this VB and this V are opposite, that is its negative terminal is here on in the left side and it has its positive terminal. That means the resultant voltage in forward biasing with this will be the subtraction, that is VB minus V. Or you can say that potential barrier of this PN junction is opposing the forward current. Okay, so the resultant voltage will be VB minus V here, and this potential barrier will be opposing this forward current. Okay, so this was all about forward biasing. Now let us discuss reverse biasing. Okay, so in reverse biasing, again just what we do, we just interchange the terminals. That is, now P will be connected to negative terminal of electrode and N will be connected to positive terminal of the electrode. For example, here as you can see, P is connected to negative terminal and N is connected to positive terminal of the external source, right? Or you can say by the reverse voltage. Okay, it is also called reverse voltage here in the reverse biasing. Now what will happen, see here is a negative terminal and again as you know there are holes in majority in P type and holes are positive. So what will happen, holes will get attracted to this negative. So in this case, holes will start moving away from the junction. That is, they will start moving towards negative electrode. Similarly, there will be electrons in n-type, so therefore there will be attraction between electrons and this positive terminal. So the electrons, as you can see, they will start moving in this direction. Okay, now what will happen? Because they are moving away from depletion region, so what will happen? They will lead to the extension of depletion region, because there will be a large space in which your depletion region can be created due to the movement of electrons in this direction and holes in this direction. So you can say in reverse biasing, width of depletion layer increases, right? Now what is happening? See, these holes and these electrons cannot constitute the current along junction because they are not moving along junction. So what happens? Due to this external voltage, there are some electrons in P also. So due to this external voltage and this negative terminal, some electrons will be moving in this direction. Similarly, there are some holes in n-type, and due to this positive terminal, there will be repulsion between holes and this positive terminal. So some holes will start moving in this direction. So you can say there is a movement of minority charge carriers along the junction when reverse biased, and obviously because these minority charge carriers are in very less amount, therefore this current will also be very small. So our second point becomes a small current is present across the junction due to minority charge carriers, which is either called reverse current or it is also called leakage current, and it is in opposite direction to forward current obviously, and it will be in less amount, that is it will be in about microamperes. Okay, now what will happen if suppose I increase this voltage, right? Now because there are only less electrons, if I just slightly increase this voltage, there will be no effect on reverse current. So a large increase in reverse voltage is required so that you can increase your reverse current also, right? So you can say a very large increase in reverse voltage will result in a small increase in reverse current due to the less amount of minority charge carriers. So again, if you see it by Ohm's law, or R is equals to V by I, for a very large increase in voltage, there is a very small increase in I. So this means the resistance of PN junction is very high when it is reverse biased. So now these becomes main 3 points of reverse biasing, that is your width of depletion layer will increase, a small amount reverse current will flow due to minority charge carriers, and the resistance of PN junction becomes high when it is reverse biased. Now if you can see, this time VB and VB have same negative electrode on left side and positive electron on V side. So therefore you can say this time your potential barrier of PN junction is supporting the reverse current. So here the resultant voltage will become VB plus V, right? And in forward biasing, it has become VB minus V. Okay, so one more thing I want to tell you in forward biasing. See what is happening when holes and electrons will move like this, they will recombine with each other. But there is no loss of electrons on after recombination also, because as you can see, this is the negative electrode. So as soon as these electrons will move, more electrons will flow inside the PN junction. So there is no loss of electrons even after recombination of electrons and holes. Okay. Okay, so the last point becomes potential barrier of PN junction opposes the forward current and it will support the reverse current. Okay, so now we will be studying about characteristics of PN junction both in forward biasing and in reverse biasing. So the forward characteristics means when your PN junction is connected in forward biasing, and your reverse characteristics would mean when your PN junction is connected in reverse biasing. Now to show the characteristics of PN junction, what we do, we just plot a graph between forward voltage and forward current for forward characteristics, right? So here, as you can see, I have plotted a graph for forward current which is in milliamperes, and forward voltage, right? And I am taking or you can say I have drawn this diagram for silicon, okay, for silicon crystal. Now it was seen that graph takes this shape, that is it is very less up to a certain voltage, that is say 0.7 volt for silicon, and after 0.7 volts it starts increasing very rapidly with voltage, right? Now this 0.7 voltage was called knee voltage. Now let us look at the various reasons for this graph, okay? So the first point says, see here this V is very less. That means we can say in this region this V, that is the external source, will be very less as compared to potential barrier of your PN junction, that is VB. So you can say initially, because VB is very greater than V, therefore this means there will be no flow of majority charge carriers, because as I told you in forward biasing, due to this applied voltage majority charge carriers were flowing. So if potential barrier is very strong than this voltage, and because potential barrier opposes the forward current, therefore there will be no flow of majority charge carriers up to a certain voltage. Now this 0.7 volt is showing you the knee voltage. So first of all, let me tell you what do you mean by knee voltage. So knee voltage means beyond which the forward current through the junction starts increasing very rapidly, and below which very less forward current is there. That is, if you are talking about knee voltage, above knee voltage or beyond knee voltage, a very large current flows through the junction. But if you talk about the voltage less than knee voltage, then there will be very less forward current. So as you can see, for silicon, after 0.7 a large current is flowing, but below 0.7 a very less current is flowing. So that means 0.7 volt is the knee voltage for silicon, and for germanium the knee voltage is about 0.3 volts, okay. So this I have just written here, that knee voltage is 0.7 volt for silicon and 0.3 volt for germanium, okay. So in other words, you can also say at knee voltage what has happened, potential barrier VB is overcome, because obviously when the external voltage will overcome or will become more than this your potential barrier, only then the flow of majority charge carriers can take place, right? Okay, so now what happens if you increase the voltage up to or you can say more than a safe value limit. So this region shows that point where voltage is increased to a more than safe limit. So what will happen, a very large current will flow in the circuit and your PN junction will get destroyed, okay. So you can say if voltage increases beyond a safe limit, a very large forward current will destroy PN junction due to overheating. So this was all about forward characteristics of PN junction, in which we came to know about knee voltage, okay. Now we will talk about reverse characteristics. Okay, so again in reverse characteristics we will be plotting a graph between reverse current and reverse voltage. So I have taken reverse current, which is in microamperes, and reverse voltage because it is in opposite direction to forward voltage, and we are considering forward voltage to be positive, therefore obviously your reverse voltage will be negative, and obviously current will also be in opposite direction, right? Now here what happens, as I already told you, reverse current is very small due to the very less amount of minority charge carriers, right? So as you can see, we are going on increasing voltage, but the current even on 8 voltage, the current is only 5 microamperes. That means this is a very less current, right? Now, so you can say in this region, your reverse current is almost independent of voltage. But as you can see at this point, what has happened, current has increased abruptly, or you can say current has increased limitlessly, right? This voltage becomes breakdown voltage, that is a voltage after which your PN junction will again get destroyed due to a very large increase in current in reverse biasing. So due to this reason, what happens whenever we do practicals or whenever we use a practical p-n junction diode, we only get this region in the graph. We never get this region, because obviously if you get this region, that means your p-n junction has destroyed. So we will never get this region when we will be doing practicals. Only we will get this region in your graph. Okay. So now let us talk about various points of this reverse characteristics, and let us define breakdown voltage. So the first point is reverse current is very small and is voltage independent up to a certain voltage called breakdown voltage. This I have explained to you. Now if we talk about breakdown voltage, what is that? If reverse voltage is equal to breakdown voltage, that is when breakdown voltage is achieved, then what happens? Your reverse current will increase and exceed the safe limit within no time. Okay. So at breakdown voltage, what will happen? Your you can say your p-n junction will destroy due to a very large increase in reverse current, right? So due to this region, simple p-n junction diodes are never used beyond reverse saturation current region, or you can say beyond your breakdown voltage. Now the question is, what is reverse saturation current region? So this region is reverse current saturation region, in which the current has saturated, and if you use it after that, it will get destroyed. So we do not use it after this region. Therefore in practicals you will get only this region, not this one. Therefore I have shown it by the dark dotted lines only. Okay. So this was all about reverse characteristics of p-n junction diode. Okay, so after going through today's lecture, you can do question number 4, 5 and 12 from your NCERT book of chapter number 14. Okay, thank you.